Hey, hollow pointers out there in Hollow Point land. All right, now we're in the first week of January. Frozen cold outside here in northwest Indiana. So now we have a little more free time to work on videos, and we'll try to get some more stuff going here. It's just, you know, when you're a one-man operation, you can only do what the two hands can do. So that's what we're dealing with. So what I'm working with today is we've got a hunting air pistol. And I say hunting because there's a lot of air pistols out there, but they're usually little weak, wussified stuff. This is actually a hunting rifle or hunting pistol. So this is from Dan at Xp-Airguns, and this is 45 caliber. Now Dan's 45s are a 4.52 diameter. Okay, just like the Ranger 45 rifle, it's the same 452 barrel. Generally 452 to 454 bullets based soft to hard lead you can put in this, and we'll be trying different ones out. Now the biggest headache with most air pistols are the fact that you've only got an air tube that's yay big. Okay, it's pretty much about the length of the gun, which means you're generally limited to 3 shots or 2 good shots on, you know, if it's a high power setup. So what Daniel did was he basically, let's take a regular size air tube and fold it in half to have 2 or 1 long. So this, if you can look, I have to do close up here. This has got 2 air tubes. It's got the air tube here and a secondary here. Okay, basically side by side, like a you know, side by side. And then in the front, he's got a adapter gadget, chromey go fast doodad with the fill nipple here. So you fill it just like normal. There's a male fill nipple with a check valve in it, and it'll fill the rifle up, or it'll fill up the air tube 1, and then it fills up air tube 2. Trying to look. So the transfer port area would be up here in the front. So it fills both of these tubes, giving you twice as much volume. You see that high technical word, volume. So this way you've got more bang for your buck. The barrel is threaded. I don't know what the threading is. I'm sure it's some metric-ish situation. So you can put a muffler on there. It's got a pick rail on the bottom with a sling swivel, rubber piece on the bottom, and the stock, this beautiful pistol stock, if you don't recognize it already, is from Doug at Mad Dog Stocks. Big old D Russell, the D Dog. He makes the stocks now for Daniel. It's got a standard trigger on there, 2 Weaver bases, and there is a set, there's extra sets, sets of screws here, screw holes. So if you've got a longer scope or a different setup, you can loosen this and move it over here, or move it here. So you've got a little bit of freedom to work there. You're not just stuck. But being usually a pistol scope, you're out like this. I don't see where, you know, it's all at that point. It's about that eye relief thing, looking at, you can see through it. So one hand cocking. See, I did that. It's real simple. Okay, uncock, hold it back, hold the trigger, let it back down. That is it at the moment. This is just one of those $7 Amazon cheapo bipods I threw on there just because I don't like stuff sitting on the floor. But we are going to play with this, see what we can do with it, and see what, you know, the numbers and feet per second and foot-pounds and what bullets it's like and all that good stuff. So this is basically the beginning. Now I don't think I have a suppressor to go on this, so it's going to be loud, so I'll have to get the old earplugs out. I got a Leopold scope to put on there, and now I usually use these detachable rings on almost everything. Now, I did notice when I had these detached rings, I had them reversed on this side. The crank handle, because he's got a, you know, that tall lever, wouldn't go because they're hitting on the air tube. But if you had the, with the nut, it'd be fine. I just didn't want, you know, have the nut. You get no nut doing no yoga, is what your prior would say. So there we go, ready to shoot. Fill pressure, I don't know what the sweet spot is yet, but I do know most of the time Xp-Airguns, the sweet spot's generally 38 to 42. But we'll find that out. That's what a chronograph is for. So we will get started. I'll bring you more information as we get going. But this is a real hunting pistol. This is not a just a, you know, 8-shot with a round ball pea shooter. This is actually for putting out some serious foot-pounds of energy. And that's why I refer to it as a hunting pistol versus a target shooting pistol. This is not meant for shot count. It's meant for killing power. Killing! All right, let's have some fun, gentlemen. Alrighty. All right, gentlemen. We are doing 4,500 PSI fill. The 453 is the diameter I seem to like best. And we are kind of running through our numbers. So I'm doing a 5-shot string. And we're just jotting numbers down right now. Accuracy seems very tight in the basement. So we will keep plugging along. See, I'm making do with the rest that I got. Okay. 5 shots. Looking good. All right, fellas. So, run a bunch of lead downhill. We've played with this. Now this suppressor, this is the 40 cal Badger. That's why I haven't shot it. I just put it on there so you can see the look. But that's the Badger suppressor, so I didn't want to screw up and, you know, blow it up. So, but that's what it looks like, you know, with a muffler on it. So, as you see in the video, we did a 5-shot string and 150 to the 260. And in general, 210 foot-pounds up to 253 foot-pounds. I'll put the chart here in the video. As you can see, it's not bad for a little short stumpy. This is pretty much more feet per second, more foot-pounds of energy than, well, I don't want to say names, okay? But it's let's put it this way. This is carrying more kick than most of the 357s out there. So I'm pretty happy with it, you know, even though it's a short, contained setup. So 4,500 PSI fill, ended at 2,500. If you take a shot past that, it really sucks up some air. Give or take, the average is 300 PSI per shot. Again, I got some other bullets I want to try later on. I'm liking the 200 grain area to keep my feet per second, you know, for that flatter shooting up with, you know, my foot-pounds. Because when I got into the 260, you know, I'm only in the 660s, and I like being above 700, 750, just to get that bullet to mushroom and do what it wants to do. So with the 200, 730, 720, 700, you know, it's a little slower than I want. The 170 and 185 kept me in the mid 700, 750, 760, but I wanted a little more weight if I'm deer hunting or pig hunting. Definitely, because we're, again, anything under 400 foot-pounds, to me, go for the archery shot, you know, quartering or angling away behind the shoulder blade so you're avoiding bone on the way in. That way it's a clear shot to the lungs. So I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty happy. Again, 5 good shots out of this versus usually 2 and a third Hail Mary with, you know, with the standard short air tube. So I think Dan has hit it at the park. Again, if you want a different style stock, you know, you can call Doug up, and, you know, as you order your rifle or your pistol, you just tell Dan that, say, hey, you know, I'm talking to Doug separately. I want a fancy Brazilian walnut petrified forest with some dinosaur bone in it, you know, that's dug up out of a fossil bed behind a, you know, Portuguese insane asylum from the 17th century. You know, Doug will do whatever you want as long as either you give him the wood or he can get his hands on the wood. So, you know, I've seen him do some real fancy stuff, and he can do a real fancy stock with this. This is the standard, you know, stock that he does. So I think that's it, gentlemen. We've tested the bullet speeds. We've got our foot-pounds. Very accurate. All the bullets, now granted 15 yards, you know, are grouping tight. But I will tell you this. Some of the bullets were dead on. Some were grouping to the right about an inch. So it just tells you that lands and grooves and twist rate is important. And I found that out with a lot of different rifles. That just because you're dead on with this one's going to be over. Still grouping good, but it's over a bit. So it just tells you how the different bullets are, it bites and they group. So just keep that in mind. You can shoot 2 different bullet styles. Each of them are going to hold, but one might be here, one might be here. You know, I mean, real close to the center, regardless. So, thank you for watching. And again, if you get any inquiries about, you know, hunting pistol, you contact Dan at Xp-Airguns.com. That's his website. I'll put the link in the information below. And that is it. May have to kill something with this shortly. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I got to make some room in the freezer, because there's no sense in me going out and shooting another hog if I can't put it in the freezer. So, thank you, gentlemen, for watching. Any questions about pricing, mechanics, anything with this, contact Dan. Anything about hollow points, contact Robert, Mr. Hollow Point here. So, it's a new year. Thank you, guys. Hopefully 2023 is going to be pounding for us air gunners. And thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.